Hi, so I'm going to run through the Fusion 360 starting of our portfolio. Eventually, we're going to get something that looks like this, but we're starting with a blank sheet. It's going to be a little bit interesting because we're using Fusion 360, which is a 3D modeling program, and we're doing some projects that are 2D, which are usually done in AutoCAD. But to only learn one software, we're going to do it all in Fusion. So I've kind of tweaked things a little bit, and we'll kind of go along as we go through. So create a sketch just like when we were in Inventor, and now you pick a work plane. I like to pick the bottom one here. It's usually the XY, but honestly, it really doesn't matter for this because we're only going to stay in this flat world here. So notice this sketch palette opened up. It's pretty annoying when the constraints pop up as you're sketching. So if that's annoying, you can select that, uncheck that, and you can also unselect show dimensions at the end to make it pretty. So I'm going to start out with changing my grid. I've already changed my grid, but I'd like for you guys to go down to the bottom that says grid and snaps and to grid settings. And we're going to change it so that every space is an inch. And then the major divisions between is 2. So that means that it's like a 1/2 inch grid. So I felt, I clicked fixed. I think that's what, and then, so just make sure that your settings look similar to mine. And that's going to make this first star supremely easy to make. So I'm going to go ahead and start here with a line. And it's kind of a little interesting. So like when I click this here, I'm going to start actually here. See where it says starting point right here. Let's see if I can. My screen is small, so I don't have all my things. But anyway, I'm going to start where it says starting point on the right side here. It says 1530. That's more for CAD, so we're just going to start wherever we feel like it. If you wanted to be real precise, you could go to 1.5 and up to 3 if you really want to be crazy there. All right, so now I click there. I go over 1 and see it's 2 spaces because it's a grid. Boom. I go 1 and then I'm going to go down 1. Why that was blocking me. That was super annoying. I think it, there we go. There we go. When I click, I'm going to click again. And then I'm going to go up 45 degrees to 1.4, just like half of there. And then I'm going to go down 45 degrees, click there. I'm going to go up straight, over 1. I don't know what that green check mark means. If anyone knows, let me know. All right, go over. And then I'm going to go 45 degrees. And it's rounding, and when it says 1.4, it's actually 1.41. It's the hypotenuse between this like 1 inch square. See, I'm like connecting the corners at a 45-degree angle. Then I'm going to connect the corners up again. Why is that green check mark coming in? And then I'm going to go to the left 1, up 1. So I'm just kind of following along. What does this say? Create and continue. I don't know why that's saying that. Okay, and then I go down diagonal, and I go up diagonal. And then I go down 1, over 1. See the pattern? And for whatever reason, it is driving me crazy by making this green check. And then there, and then finish it off. Boom. Oops, I missed one here because it kept putting it. Okay. Ooh. When you're done, if you have a closed profile, meaning none of the little corners are not connected, it will turn blue. And then see how it has all the perpendicular spaces and everything. So that means there's 90-degree angles, which is good. So look at all those 90-degree angles. I'm going to deselect show constraints. And look how pretty that is. So you can reverse and go through, but again, I started at a spot and I went over 1, down 1. Then I went 45 degrees, basically between these two, and then and then you just kind of keep going. Boom, boom, boom. If your grid is set up correctly, it's super, super easy. All right, the next one, I'm gonna scoot my screen over. So I just click and drag over with my mouse with the middle wheel. If you don't have that, there's probably a way we can do that in our trackpad, but we'll have to kind of investigate how to do that. Oh, and down here on the bottom, there's a pan, so you can get the hand that way if you don't know how to use a trackpad. All right, so I'm going to scoochie over to the other star. Isn't that so cute? So the directions here, we're not starting at that starting point. I'm starting, I don't know how to highlight where I want to show you. Where do I just draw on it? I don't know. It's basically in the corner. It's basically in the left corner in the middle, right below where it says 1.0. It's where that flat line is on the left. So we're going to start there and then move around the shape. I really should have this in something where I could draw on it. That'll make it easier. But all right, so I'm going to get a line again. And I'm going to start somewhere. And it looks like it's starting on like here, like right over here. So I'm not connecting it. I'm just like showing you when you're like in adjacent to a point, it kind of says, oh, is this where you want to be? I'm like, actually, yes, it is. Thank you. All right, so now I click, and now we're going to pay attention now to the degrees and stuff. So we're going to, all of the lines are going to be one long, and then we're going to do a bunch of different angles. The first one's 30 degrees. It's like between 30 and 90 degrees, 30, 90, or 60, all the way around. We're only going to do half of the shape, and then we're going to mirror it up. Okay, so when it's highlighted here, I'm going to put 1, tab, and I'm gonna do 30. And then I have to click. And then I can continue. If I didn't, if I pushed enter, then I have to click line tool again. Okay, so then I'm gonna go straight down and do, so where it says 120, see that? That's good. 1, and then I'm gonna click again. Then I'm gonna go up 30 degrees, so I'm gonna do 1, tab, 30. Oops, no, I don't want 30, I want 60 on this one. 1, tab, 60. There we go. Click. And so I'm going to push escape because see how these dimensions are like kind of in my way. I can click, left click and drag it where I want it to go. If I click and drag, I can make it go like closer. Just be out of my way. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to click my line tool again and keep going. So I have to like get on right where I had this point. And then it's 1. All right, so 1, tab, 30. And push enter just so we can see it. There, looking good. The next one's going to go straight up again. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so it's going to be 1, oops, 1 and 90 is good. So I go down 30 degrees to see the, I'll move these a little so you can kind of see what angles we did. All right. And then from that point, I'm going to go to the right. And I'm going to go over here. So now escape. Okay, I've got half the shape done here. All right, so I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to like move this little thing. You can move that around. So I'm just going to zoom in here and kind of show you the lay of the land. Ooh, my gosh. All right. So I'm going to click and drag over my dimensions and just kind of show you what where all the angles are coming from, and you can kind of go back and do it again if you need to, but we only need to do half because this is symmetrical. And that means that if I add a line, I think I might be able to use a line. Anyway, I'm going to create a line that's going across the shape. Boom. And that's going to be my mirror line. So to mirror, so I'm going to mirror the stuff on the bottom over that line. And to do that, I push create, mirror. And then I'm just going to click and drag a box that's going to like touch all the lines I want to highlight. You could also individually click each line if that's easier for you. Then click mirror line, click that middle line, and push OK. I like this because when we used Inventor, it wouldn't show you the mirror until you pushed OK, but this like kind of previews. Yes, that's what I want. And I'm done. Pretty. And if I want to really clean it up, I can delete the, I think I can delete the mirror line. Yep. I'll make it look pretty. If you want to make it really pretty too, you can take the dimension off. All right, so now we're going to save it. And what we're going to do is we're going to click design. Or no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to click save. And you're going to name it stars. Oops. And you're going to open up this and you're going to create a new project called Portfolio. And this is where you're going to save it. See, I already saved one in there, so I'm not going to push save, but once you've done that, you're going to make sure the location is Portfolio, the name is stars, push save. Actually, what we should probably, it's fine. Later we can rename it because we're eventually going to put our name in there. With Portfolio, you're going to want to put like something like that. And then save. And then boom. Okay, so go ahead and watch this video as many times as you need to, pause, rewind, etc. Good luck. Bye.